The problem of recycling in Japan has always been a burning issue. Why? If you pay attention to a map, you will probably notice that the 130 million Japanese don't have much place for landfills. Mainly for this reason, the Japanese have long developed their system of sorting recyclables. They invented the system of building islands out of garbage. The land of the superb sun is doing an excellent job of sorting waste. In the limited territorial conditions, there is simply no other choice. The principles of waste separation depends on the area and the requirements of the authorities, but most often the waste is divided into 4 categories, which are different from the division we are accustomed to. The Japanese do not divide garbage into plastic, paper, metal, and so on. They divide it into non-combustible, combustible, recyclable, and bulky. Moreover, for each type of waste, there are special bags of a certain color to make it easier to distinguish what type of waste is in them. If you don't adhere to the sorting rules, the garbage collectors will see that and will not accept the bags. You will have to wait for the next car to arrive and it will come right on schedule. If you take out a certain type of trash on a day that is not scheduled, it will remain in place. Household appliances and large volume waste should be recycled separately. Furniture is disposed of separately. You must pay for its recycling by notifying the utility in advance. And if you want to recycle your fridge, you will have to take it to the store where it was purchased and pay the manufacturer to take it back, or you can pay the store to dispose of it. In return, you will be given a special sticker with which you mark your old appliances and then take them to the garbage cans. Household appliance recycling gives the country more than 1 million tons of iron and 50,000 tons of non-ferrous metals a year. But if you want to get rid of your fridge another way, by throwing it away in the backyard, be prepared to get a fine of a few $100s from the authorities. Such are the rules of the Japanese, who put integrity first. Realizing that it's impossible to recycle everything, the Japanese have decided to take the example of other countries and introduce a program called Mataine, which says don't throw it away until you've used it up completely. But anyway, most of the garbage in Japan is incinerated pretty dirty way, but not in the case of Japanese. The plasma gasification technology they use makes it possible to burn trash at a temperature of 1200 degrees, and at such temperatures no resins are formed and the toxic waste is destroyed. 30 tons of garbage eventually leaves 6 tons of ash, which is then cleaned and used in construction. The ash is pressed into huge briquettes, which are then used to construct buildings and even islands. The artificial island of Edebo in Tokyo Bay is known for its futuristic architecture and the world's tallest Ferris wheel and the head offices of most major companies. It is one of the most prestigious areas of Tokyo. The west side of the island is an embankment of soil. At first, it served as a terminal for shipping containers of garbage. The eastern half was built entirely out of recycled waste. It eventually became a green space with recreational amenities. The island is home to luxury housing, parks and factories. The government is increasing the size of the estate at the expense of the former garbage. The international airport Tubi on Goya and the steel mill on the island of Odessa are also located on the foundations of waste. If you look at the process of creation in detail, the foundations of the garbage island are which belong to the non-combustible. They are either pressed into briquettes or delivered to the place of laying by trucks in the form of a coarse powder. The process is not much different from the creation of artificial islands. For example, in the UAE, artificial islands are also prepared cushions of large stones which are put on the bottom of the Gulf. The only difference from the Dubai, instead of sand, Japanese rammed excavators form garbage, after which they put a thin layer of soil and the island is ready. It remains only to give it a proper look. The recycling process can reduce the volume of waste by 20 times, making it suitable for construction. 20 tons of waste produces 1 ton of new Japanese land. The lack of large areas has not driven the Japanese into a garbage collapse, even with such a huge population. Obviously, it's not a matter of situation, but of decency and love for one's own country. There is always a solution.